4 things that kill your value in front of a man, ladies. Let me holler at you real quick about something serious that I see happening all the time. You ever wonder why some good women keep feeling invisible to the men they want? Why some of y'all keep losing respect from the very men you love? I'm here to break it down, plain and simple. There are 4 things that kill your value in front of a man, and if you're doing any of these, you gotta stop right now. Now listen, a man ain't just looking for a pretty face or a nice smile, no, sir. He's looking for a woman who carries herself like she's worth something. Because the truth is, men respect what they value, and they value what they respect. If you don't respect yourself, ain't no way you gonna get him to respect you. So, what are these 4 things that kill your value? Let me tell you. Desperation when you act desperate, begging for attention, calling every 5 minutes, dropping everything for him. That's a straight-up value killer. Men don't want to chase somebody who's already caught. You gotta have your own life, your own goals, your own fire. Desperation looks like weakness, and weakness never looks good in the game of respect. Insecurity, if you're constantly questioning yourself, needing his approval for every little thing, showing him your doubts and fears like an open book, you're killing your value. Confidence is magnetic. Insecurity, it repels. A man wants a woman who stands tall, who believes in herself. Believe me, that confidence is worth more than any fancy dress or makeup. Lack of boundaries, you gotta know when to say no, when to stand firm. If you let a man walk all over you, treat you like a doormat, you're lowering your value in his eyes. Boundaries aren't walls. They're signs that say, respect me or move along. Men respect a woman who respects herself enough to set clear limits. Playing games if you're acting hot and cold, making him guess your feelings, or trying to manipulate his emotions, that's a value killer too. Be real, be straightforward. Men admire honesty and clarity. The drama, the mind games, they don't make you more valuable. They make you complicated and exhausting. The power of self-respect. Why valuing yourself is the foundation of attracting respect from others. Listen, the first thing I want you to understand is that respect don't start with him. It starts with you. It starts the moment you wake up and look in that mirror and say, I am worth it. Not because somebody told you so, but because you decided that's the truth. When you respect yourself, you set a standard for how people should treat you. Now, I'm not talking about being arrogant or thinking you're better than everybody else. No, self-respect is about knowing your value and refusing to let anyone, man or woman, step on it. It's about carrying yourself with dignity even when nobody's watching. Because, believe me, how you treat yourself in the quiet moments shows the world who you really are. If you go around with your head down, talking to yourself like you're not enough, you're giving the world permission to treat you like less. But if you walk tall, speak with confidence, and honor your own feelings and needs, people catch on. They see you and say, now here's somebody who demands respect. You can't expect a man to respect you if you don't respect yourself first. It's like trying to build a house without a strong foundation. It just won't hold up. Your self-respect is that foundation. It keeps you grounded and makes sure you don't settle for anything less than you deserve. The problem is, some women mistake self-respect for pride or being difficult. That ain't true. Self-respect is about boundaries and love for yourself that won't let you be treated like a second option. When you have self-respect, you're not begging for scraps of attention or validation. Here's a truth for you. Men are attracted to women who respect themselves because those women know their worth and don't tolerate nonsense. They aren't looking for a project or a fixer-upper. They want a queen who knows she's royalty. When you respect yourself, You also become clear on what you want and what you won't accept. You won't tolerate disrespect, lying, or being treated like you're replaceable. And when a man sees that, he either steps up or steps out because you've made it clear you're not settling. The other thing about self-respect is it brings peace. You don't have to chase, you don't have to beg. You trust the process, knowing that what's meant for you will respect you too. That peace is powerful. It shows in your eyes, your smile, and your walk. Remember, respect is a two-way street. When you respect yourself, others are forced to respect you, and if they don't, well, that's their problem, not yours. You're too busy building your life to waste time on disrespect. I want you to make a promise today to start loving and respecting yourself more. It's the greatest gift you can give yourself, and it's the key to attracting a man who won't just see you, he'll value you like the treasure you are. You deserve to be treated like a queen every day, not just on Valentine's Day or when it's convenient. That starts with how you treat yourself first. That's where your true power lies. So don't wait for a man to make you feel worthy. Feel it now, own it, because self-respect isn't just about you, it's about setting the standard for how the world treats you. You are worthy of love, respect, and honor. Start there and watch everything else fall into place. Confidence over approval, how seeking validation from a man can destroy your self-worth, and how to flip the script. Now, let me tell you something about confidence and approval. They ain't the same thing, and yet so many women get tangled up thinking they are. You see, approval is about seeking somebody else's green light to feel good about yourself. Confidence is about lighting up your own room without needing anyone else to hold the switch. When you're always looking for a man's approval, you're giving away your power. You're waiting on his nod to decide if you're worthy, if you're lovable, if you're enough. And baby, that's a dangerous place to be. Because what happens when that approval don't come? You feel small, invisible, unworthy. Confidence, on the other hand, is knowing your worth regardless of what anybody says. It's walking into a room with your head held high, knowing you don't need anybody's permission to shine. Confidence is your armor against the storms of rejection, disappointment, and doubt. I see women all the time changing who they are just to get a nod or a smile from a man. They hide their real selves, swallow their truth, and act like someone else, hoping that'll make them more lovable. But here's the truth. A man who truly values you wants the real you, not a cheap imitation. When you build your confidence, you build a shield against the need for validation. You stop asking, does he like me? Am I enough? Because you already know the answer. You're enough, period. Confidence also means you don't have to play games to get attention. You don't have to over-text, over-explain, or over-apologize. You just show up, and if he's worth it, he shows up too. If not, your confidence keeps you moving forward because you know your worth isn't tied to one man's opinion. The moment you stop chasing approval is the moment you start attracting respect. It's like magic. Men notice when a woman isn't desperate for their validation, and they respect her all the more for it. You want to flip the script. Start telling yourself every day, I am enough. Say it loud until you believe it deep down. The more you feed your confidence, the less you'll crave approval, and when you walk in your confidence, watch how the world changes, doors open, people listen, men notice, but most importantly, you'll feel free. The truth is, your approval is the only approval you need. Everything else is just noise. So drown out that noise and play your own music loud and proud. You don't need a man to feel whole. You're whole already. Confidence is the key to walking through life unshaken, unbothered, and unstoppable. Remember, confidence is not cockiness. It's quiet strength, a knowing that no matter what, You are worthy and valuable just as you are. So stop chasing validation and start chasing your own greatness. The rest will follow. Setting healthy boundaries, the art of saying no and why it makes you irresistible to the right man. All right, let's talk boundaries. I know some of you'll think boundaries are walls, something that keeps people out. But boundaries aren't walls. They're signs on the road that say, respect this lane or get out of the way. Healthy boundaries are the secret sauce that makes you stand out. When you set boundaries, you're telling a man, I respect myself, and I expect you to respect me too. That's not rude. That's not unloving. That's smart. See, a lot of women have a hard time saying no. They don't want to disappoint. They don't want to lose him. But here's the thing. When you say yes to everything, you say no to yourself, and that kills your value faster than anything else. A man who values you isn't going to push past your boundaries. If he does, he's not respecting you, and you don't have time for that. Saying no is one of the most powerful things you can do in a relationship. It shows you have self-control. It shows you have standards. It shows you're not a doormat. Boundaries also protect your peace. When you don't set limits, you end up stressed, overwhelmed, and drained. And a woman who is stressed and drained can't be her best self. The right man will respect your boundaries and even admire you for having them. He'll see that you're serious about your worth and values, and that's attractive as all get out. When you start saying no to things that don't serve you, you're saying yes to yourself. And that's where true value is born. Remember, boundaries aren't about controlling someone else. They're about controlling how you allow yourself to be treated. If you're afraid to say no, you're giving up your power. And no man is worth that. Practice saying no in small ways. Say no to things that don't align with your values. Say no to late night calls that leave you tired. Say no to disrespect. Each no builds your confidence and your value. When you respect your boundaries, you teach others how to treat you. And a man who doesn't respect your boundaries is not a man you want. So start setting healthy boundaries today. It's not easy, but it's necessary. And your value will thank you for it. Recognizing desperation, how desperation looks from the outside and the quick mindset shifts to overcome it. Now let's get real about desperation. Desperation ain't attractive. It never was, and it never will be. When you act desperate, it's like you're screaming from the rooftops, please notice me, please love me, please don't leave me. Desperation makes you lose your cool, your dignity, and your value. It makes you come off clingy, needy, and desperate for attention. And that's a sure way to run a man off. Sometimes desperation looks like calling or texting way too much. It looks like dropping everything at the drop of a hat. It looks like agreeing to things that make you uncomfortable just to keep him around. From the outside, desperation is a red flag. It signals insecurity, low self-esteem, and lack of boundaries. No man wants to deal with that drama. Here's the good news. Desperation is a mindset, and mindsets can change. You don't have to be desperate. You can be patient and still get what you want. Start by shifting your focus from him to you. When you feel desperate, ask yourself, what can I do to love and value myself right now? Focus on your goals, your hobbies, your friendships. Another quick mindset shift is to remember your worth isn't tied to any one man's attention. You are valuable whether he calls you or not. You are enough whether he's interested or not. Desperation is fear-based. It's fear of loss, fear of loneliness. But when you flip the script and focus on abundance, the fact that there are plenty of good men out there who will value you, desperation fades. Practice patience. Let the right man come to you. When you're not chasing, you're more attractive. You're mysterious. You're in control. The less desperate you act, the more respect you earn. And respect is the foundation of value. Remember, a queen doesn't beg for love. She commands it by knowing her worth and holding her ground. If you catch yourself feeling desperate, stop, take a deep breath, recenter yourself on your value. You're not desperate. You're discerning. You're waiting for the best, and that's the smartest move you can make. Authenticity beats games. Why being genuine and straightforward will win more respect than manipulation. Now listen, let me tell you something about games. I don't mean fun, board games. I mean the emotional games some folks play in relationships. You know what I'm talking about, the hot hand, cold treatment, the mixed signals, the I'm not really mad, but acting cold, the guessing games. Those games don't make you mysterious or interesting. They make you exhausting. They drain your energy and confuse the man you're trying to attract. Authenticity is the antidote to all that drama. When you're real, honest, and straightforward, you build trust. You build respect. You build a connection that lasts. Men respect women who tell the truth about their feelings. If you're upset, say it. If you want to talk, say it. If you're not feeling it, say it. No mind games. Playing games is like trying to build a house on sand. It doesn't stand up. Authenticity is the rock, solid foundation that keeps relationships strong. I know sometimes you think you gotta play games to keep a man interested. But that's backwards. If he's worth it, he'll stick around for the real you. Games create confusion and frustration. Authenticity creates clarity and peace. Being genuine also means being confident enough to be vulnerable. It means showing your true self and trusting that the right man will love you anyway. When you stop playing games, you stop wasting time and energy. You start attracting the kind of man who values honesty and integrity. And here's the truth. Real love doesn't require manipulation or drama. It thrives on authenticity. So if you want to kill your value, keep playing games. But if you want to build it, be real, be you, and be straightforward. Your value is in your truth. Own it. Maintaining independence. Why having your own goals and passions enhances your value in any relationship. Let me tell you something about independence. A woman who has her own goals and passions is like a breath of fresh air. She's alive, she's vibrant. She's got a life that's bigger than just the man she's interested in. Men don't want a woman who depends on them for everything. They want a partner, someone who stands on her own 2 feet, who has dreams, ambitions, and a life full of purpose. When you maintain your independence, you show strength. You show that you're not here just to be taken care of. You're here to build something real and lasting. Independence also means you have boundaries that protect your time and energy. You're not canceling your plans every time he calls. You're not putting your life on hold. That kind of independence is attractive. It makes a man respect you because you're not needy or clingy. You're confident and whole. Having your own passions means you have your own happiness too. You're not relying on a man to fill a void inside. You're already full, and that's powerful. When a man sees you living your best life, it sparks something in him. He wants to be a part of that joy, not the reason it disappears. Independence also creates a healthy balance in relationships. It keeps the connection fresh because you both bring something to the table. A woman who knows her purpose is unstoppable. She's a queen in her own right, and the right man will recognize that immediately. So don't lose yourself trying to win a man. Keep your independence, chase your dreams. Live your passions. Your value grows when you're whole on your own, and the right man will want to stand by your side, not in front of you or behind you. 7 from value killer to value builder. Practical steps to rebuild and increase your value starting today. All right now, if you're hearing all this and thinking, man, I've been doing some of those value killing things, don't panic. The good news is you can rebuild. You can grow. You can become the woman who commands respect and value in any room she walks into. Step 1 is awareness. You gotta admit where you've been slipping. Maybe it's been desperation. Maybe it's insecurity. Maybe it's not setting boundaries. Whatever it is, you gotta be honest with yourself. Step 2 is forgiveness. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and decide to do better. Nobody's perfect. Growth is a process. Step 3 is action. Start small but be consistent. Practice saying no. Practice speaking kindly to yourself. Practice doing things that build your confidence. Step 4 is surround yourself with people who lift you up. If you're around folks who bring you down, that's a problem. You need encouragement, not criticism. Step 5 is focus on your goals. When you have something to work toward, your value naturally grows. You become more attractive because you're building a life, not just waiting for one. Step 6 is patience. Rebuilding value takes time. Don't get discouraged if progress feels slow. Step 7 is celebrate wins. Every time you set a boundary, say no to desperation, or stand tall in your confidence, celebrate it. That's growth. Step 8 is be authentic. Drop the games and be real with yourself and others. Step 9 is remember your worth daily. Say it, believe it, live it. Step 10 is trust the process. The right people will come into your life and respect the woman you're becoming. The journey from value killer to value builder isn't easy, but it's worth it. You'll feel better, live better, and love better. And most importantly, you'll never settle for less than you deserve again. So start today. You got this. All right, here's a powerful conclusion to wrap up that whole speech with the energy and clarity it deserves. Now listen, ladies, after all, we've talked about self-respect, confidence, boundaries, shaking off desperation, being real, holding on to your independence, and rebuilding your value. There's one big truth you need to take to heart. Your value is not negotiable. You are a queen. You carry a treasure inside you that no man, no circumstance, no mistake can ever take away. But here's the catch. You've got to guard that treasure. You've got to protect it with respect, with confidence, and with clear boundaries. If you want a man to see your worth, you first have to show it to yourself. You have to live it every single day, in every decision you make, in every way you carry yourself. Because when you do, men won't just notice you, they'll honor you. Stop playing games, stop begging for approval, and stop lowering your standards just to keep a man's attention. The right man is out there, and he's waiting for the woman who knows her value and refuses to settle for anything less. So stand up, walk tall, love yourself fiercely, set those boundaries, keep your independence, and live your life on your own terms. Because when you do that, you won't just kill the things that destroy your value, you'll build a life and a love that honors the incredible woman you already are. Remember this, nobody can take your value away unless you let them. So hold it tight, protect it well, and watch how your life changes. You are worth it. Now go show the world